Hello, Alice here today, and I am doing the closing of the 13th to the 19th, and today is the 21st. I know I had to do this on Tuesday. It's Thursday, so I'm 2 days late. But the budget is complete and transactions for my upcoming week, which started on Wednesday, yesterday, and I had to make calculations for that because I have a cash stuffing. Obviously, I'm pulling out on this upcoming week for the cash stuff in my wallet for my variable expenses. I have for the second part of my withdrawals for my challenges, and yeah, that's basically it. I went into my binders, and I found in some of the binders that I made switches to the new binders, and I also found sinking funds in other envelopes that they're for that specific category, but I did not remember it was in that binder. So when I looked for these, I found, I think it was $80 in one envelope, and I transferred that to my sinking funds, and it was a duplicated envelope. Yeah. That yeah, I know I'm recording and I know you want a little love, but when I finish, okay, Mia, okay? No, what do you want? It's time for food. Oh, okay, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna feed her, and I'll be right back, so stay tuned. Okay, now I am back. Let me pull up my chair and get comfortable. Okay, yeah, I fed her, or else she was going to be yeah, on the video. Lucky for me, she doesn't get on the table. She doesn't have that habit. Okay, where was I? Lost track. Yeah, I found $80 in one, and I do believe 40 in another, and I stuffed it where it had to be. It was in sinking funds, and eventually you guys are going to see that when I get to that type of binder, if I have to deposit anything, because I do have sinking funds to stuff with the challenges. Okay, so getting back to the closing, before I start this, I would like to give thanks to the Blessed Budget by Abigail's watch hours with a group of girls that they are awesome. Check them out. It's Sin on a Budget, it's Vita's Budgets, it's Trina, Hippies, Puppies, and Kittens. It's Budgeting with Kim, which I downloaded her all year round Christmas challenges. It's a book, and I printed it out 8 by 11.5, so it's big. And I did envelopes. Yeah, I created envelopes with the exact same copy of the challenge, and yeah, you're gonna see that when I do the stuffing at the end of this month. If I don't decide to do certain challenges, since I already pulled out the money for the other half of the challenges, so we're going to see that in the next budget. Blessed Budgets by Abigail. It's Life with T 76. Check her out. She gives a lot of feedback on savings and how to do it, and she chats and she informs. She's the informative of the group. And who else is on that list? Oh, Hustle and Flows Co. She has two beautiful girls. They show up on the videos, and it's awesome. I like to hear them. She has a small business also on the side. You know, check her out and show her some love. Give all these girls watch hours. They're in need of those hours. There's one that's almost there to reach her milestone of 4,000 watch hours, which is awesome. I'm so ecstatic and excited to see that. What else? I would like to thank them. They're helping me out with those watch hours also, and it's amazing. You know, I have the time, at least for this month, to place my cell phone under a certain file, and I let my video run there. I can do that because I have no boss this month, but next month it'll be a little bit harder to keep that hidden. But I do leave my TV running with the watch hours. If the internet works out perfectly, the watch hours get completed. When I arrive home, I have a sufficient amount if the videos aren't 40 minutes long. If not, well, it'll struggle a little bit, even though I can put it to ×2 the velocity. But I don't like to do that because the idea is to watch the commercials. So I just leave it run normal speed on my TV and then go to work. Nobody's in the house, and I can turn off the TV and it'll still keep rolling if the internet works in my favor. If not, well, I check my history and see how many videos I did in that list, and I try to complete it while I'm home doing dishes, cooking, or you know, just basically washing and folding clothes for that day, if that's the chores for that day. And yeah, now without further ado, let's continue with this budget. Don't forget to like, subscribe, activate that bell, come and join me where we do cash stuffing, sinking funds, savings challenges, and of course, we have to budget. I know it's the boring part of budgeting, but if you don't do this, you don't know what you are going to use for your sinking funds. And I am a low budget, and what I do is I budget in my challenges. When I do that, I found out that I can complete challenges, and it's not so much of a struggle as I used to in my recent videos before I started this new method. And I was struggling to fill my sinking funds, and now it seems so much easier. Plus, I'm trying to get a hold on my spending and managing money as a tool, not as a goal. Okay, it's a tool to reach your goal, and you just have to work with what you have and live under your means, and I guarantee you can do it. It's just learning how to use your budget and working with what you have. And now, without further ado, for the third time, let's continue with the closing of the 13th to the 19th. And if you saw my previous video, my rollover, I had guesstimated $700, but it came out to $1,604.03. I explained in the other video why this is so high. If you look at it before you do this, you'll understand why I have that amount. Other income that came in was $126, which I was not expecting, as you can see, and that was a total of $1,730.03. Bills that came, or fixed expenses, whichever you want to call it, is my rent was due. My it's so hot, I get out of breath so quickly. My rent, my health insurance, and my dental insurance. For my rent, I guesstimate $290. It was $283.35. For my health insurance, is $317. That's the exact amount. It's a fixed amount, and I have to start saving a little bit more because I think it'll go up this upcoming November. So I have to be prepared for that, like $20 more. So I have to budget that in somehow. For my dental insurance is $22. That's also a fixed expense. That hasn't gone up since 5 years. So if it goes up, it'll go up like $5, something like that. Yeah, I have my water because it's really hot, really hot. And this is another storm for me, Fernand, but that doesn't look too scary as Aaron did, and it's not gonna come close. But it's so hot, it's like sucking up all the air. I don't know, but yeah, that's how it feels. The total for my fixed expenses was $622.35. When I subtract that from the 1,730, is that how you say it? $1,730.30, and I end up with $1,107.68. That leftover I take to my next category, which is my savings goals. And in my saving goals, you know, I have my Roth auto pay on $10, and my high savings account a monthly of $1.10, and that's $11.10 for my savings that are automated. And I subtract the $11.10 from the $1,107.68, end up with $1,096.58, which I hope you see. Yes, you do. That left over, I carry on to my variable spending. Haha, my variable spending, nothing spent in snacks. For my coffee, I had a remainder of $3. This $3 I transferred to my savings challenge. what savings? Okay, I explained that my all year Christmas challenge or box is going to be fulfilled with money from my wallet. And I pulled out that amount. I'm gonna pause because I have to get that binder that's in my room. I'll be back in a jiff. And I decided to add it here. I have $11 that I pulled out from my wallet. I have prompt money already set, and these are the envelopes for each of these categories. Not category, challenges. And this is the budget with Kim. Check her out, it's on Ko-fi. And I have a envelope in the back where I am adding, I'm using this for the all year Christmas, and the cash that I'm using is going to be added here. So at the end, I will count this. For now, every time I do a challenge, I'm using plain money or prompt money. And for the dollar bills, these are quarters. For the dollar bills, oops, no challenge completed. For the dollar bills, I'm using these. Okay, let me set that aside. So $11 for this week, because last week I used 10. I do believe it was 10. Well, I can't recall, but yeah, it's in there. And I had an IOU of $1 something, $1.25, and I've also pulled that out from my wallet. The 25 cents was a quarter laying down around, so I have a quarter in that. Where was I? Okay, so I transferred my leftover to my wallet, and the leftover was $1,096.58. My spending was coffee 3. My lunches were $14.79. No groceries. My tips was $1, which I used for the challenge. Fun money, I had 3. I used that for the challenge. Self-care was $15. The first $10 came out of this envelope, and the remaining $5 I pulled out on this week's budget for my challenge. Miscellaneous spent $16.83 for a total of $53.62. Oh, sorry, I created too much shadow. Now you guys can see it. I'll give a close-up when I edit the video. So when you add that up, that's $53.62, and I subtract that from what I brought from my leftover and end up with $1,042.96. Nothing was paid in the credit card. I guesstimated $50, or I budgeted $50, but I did not pay it. I already had paid before the 17th, so I held off a little bit. I want to do things a little bit more carefully and well organized in order to maintain my budget as close to perfection as possible and watch my spending. So my balance for this week was $1,042.96. When I went to the bank, when I went to the bank, I had a remainder in my wallet of 22. Oh, that's the old one. Duh, Alice. This is this one. Okay. So here you see challenge, $3. Tips, I used it for challenge. For my fun, I used that for a challenge. And for my beauty envelope, I pulled out the total $15. 10 one day and 5 on the 18th. And that was 22 from my wallet. That was used for the challenge. When I went to the bank and verified my first account, $278.94, yes, plus my second account, $764.02, and that's exactly what I have in my worksheets. $1,042.96. $1,042.96. So the budget came out perfectly. I'm trying to maintain it as organized as possible and staying up to date. I have a Visa payment coming up, and I wrote down do not forget. I have to pay that. Yeah, so that's the remaining balance that I will bring to this upcoming week, which I had guesstimated $11 for my rollover. It's obviously more than that. And earned income, I guessed it below my check, which is 812.66. So I budgeted below, and this is for the upcoming week. This is my cash stuffing for this week for 28. Obviously, home, $60 was already paid for the lawn. He came today. Gas, I pumped $20. I budget 60. I do have car wash coming up this weekend, and I'll have a leftover, I do believe, of $10, roughly speaking. I'll have $10 remaining in that envelope, which is what I am going to be stuffing in my wallet. The rest of the $30 is going to the vehicle binder for the time, for when it comes up. So we'll see the stuffing using my new binders and my wallet. That'll be up this weekend, I do believe, but it's already here. What else? So basically that's it. That's the rundown of my closing for this week. I will be stuffing. I pulled out in dollar bills 60, $5 bills I pulled out 4. For my $10 bills I pulled out 7. For 20 I pulled out 12, and that would be a total of $390. $390. And that's including the $60 for the challenges. See, I budgeted in and I can pull it out. It's accounted for, and when I do my challenges, I don't have to go back again and say, oh, this amount for this, no, it's already pulled out, and it's where it should go when I do the videos. So that's what I'm doing now. I pull it out and I allocate it already in my budget. I don't wait to have anything remaining. Obviously, if anything remains in my wallet and already I finished my Christmas all year round binder, I will start doing certain challenges that I have on the back, which is from Cash Bear Mama. Go check her out, the Cash Bear Mama. She's on Etsy, and she has Christmas challenges. She has all types of challenges. So I purchased and I printed it out. Go show her some love. I love her in the mornings to watch her videos. She always says the right thing at the right moment, and she's so inspiring, and she's so she's just down to earth, and she says what she has to say, how she has to say it, and she says it with so much care. Can you say care? Like care? But she sounds so sincere, and so she just says the right things at the right moment, and it's so inspiring. Go give her some love. And there you have it, the closing of the 13th to the 19th, and I will see you in my next video. Obviously, it's the Spanish version of the same thing that I showed here. I know it has translation, but it's not the same. It's not the same feedback. I don't want people to read it. I want people to hear me. And yeah, I do it with the same love and care when I do it in English. So I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, activate that bell, come and join me, and I'll see you. Bye. Adios.